Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smith Bobcat sunglasses. The new Smith Bobcat sunglasses retain the same full coverage and bold styling of the popular Smith Wildcat sunglasses, but offer them with a small to medium fit. As the name implies, the Bobcat is the lighter version of the Wildcat and has the same attractive full frame design and crisp optics. Packaging is very simple. You just have a cardboard box, Smith printed directly on there, and then the basic specs printed on the side. We'll go over the specs as we take it out of the box. Retail price on this is either $209 for standard lenses or $229 for the photochromic, which is pretty impressive. It's not that much more expensive. These have ChromaPop lens options, which is Smith's proprietary lens technology. And you can see it has a 5-base lens curvature. And that means it's fairly flat with a slight wraparound design. It has their evolved bio-based frame. It uses 53% bio-based material into the polymer of the actual lens of the frame. You have the Megol temples and nose pad, which is their rubber material. So non-slip, but still has a nice grip to it and won't get stuck in your hair. You have AutoLock hinges, so when you get it close, they'll just kind of lock into place. So it makes it easy to put on with one hand. And you get a 2-position nose pad. So you can see these have a little ratchet device, so you can put them out or move them inward with a little pressure. And very flexible overall design with the full frame and no nose bridge. In terms of what comes with it, you get quite a few things. Obviously you get the sunglasses themselves, a replacement clear lens. Other replacement lenses are about $80, but it's nice to get the clear one right in it, right with the package. You get a large zippered case which stores the spare lens directly inside. You get the fabric carrying case if you want something a little smaller to carry around and protect it with. A Smith sticker, a little glass info pamphlet, and this nice little card that shows you how to replace a lens. Unlike the Smith mag, you do have to get your hands on there. We'll have a separate video on that as well. Now let's take a look at the weight of the Bobcats. So on the scale, comes in at about 24 grams, so very light considering how big the lens is. Visually, the Bobcat sunglasses retain a lot of the same elements as the Wildcat. You get the large oversized one-piece lens and a minimalist covered up frame. What's really nice about this, with the mirrored lens, you can't actually see the frame that wraps around on the corner, so it's a sleek design that really hides it and almost makes it look like a frameless design. From the back side, you can see there is a frame there, but it's quite thin, so it's not really in your face, and you don't have a nose bridge, so it's just a wraparound design. It's available in quite a few colored and lens options. We have the matte Merlot here, which looks really cool, but they also have it in brighter colors like the black marble, which is retro, and different mirrored options. So Smith always has great options, so you can go really loud or subtle depending on what you prefer. Again, it has that smoothed out look that really reminds me of POC. So nice minimalist design, doesn't look too in your face, even though it is a very tall and oversized lens. You can see it's very flexible as well. You have that polymer frame, which although it does feel a little bit cheap compared to metal or say carbon fiber ones, it's very durable and something you can drop and not worry about. The temple arms are also super flexible, so standard temples go off the side, and it's almost like a little piece of rubber. So no real structure, they just move around, and they can really wrap around your head and face, so I can easily wear this even though I typically wear standard medium to large. You can still wear the smaller frame as it's so flexible, and you can see the temples will actually swing out a little bit thanks to the frame. You have that rubber material here that provides nice non-grip, non-slip surface. And then you have the 2-position nose pad, so you can adjust it in and out. And on top of that, this is super flexible too, so the actual rubber piece will move around. It is an interchangeable lens design, so there's no way to do it without getting fingerprints on it, but you simply pull up, pull out, and you can see the little tabs that hold it in place. You take the lens out, you can see very flexible. There's not much here, but a very durable polymer lens frame design. They're available in quite a few ChromaPop options. We have the mirrored version. The photochromic is also a really cool option if you want to have something that'll adapt to the environment. And you just want to make sure you get the one that matches your filter category for your environment. So you want something that provides enough protection but doesn't leave you unable to see. So if you're in low visibility conditions, You can easily swap out to the clear lens, or you could go photochromic, which almost gives you 2-in-1 for not much more price. To put the lens back in, it's a little bit harder. You have to kind of flex it in there in the corners. Once you get the corners, you can kind of hear it go back into place. You have to line it up, and then you can see it pops in. Of course, you get all the fingerprints on there, which you want to clean off. Now let's take a look at the sunglasses on the road. You can see the Merlot color really matches the Isidore jersey very well. So it's a nice mellow color that should match a variety of kits. It's also a very attractive pair of sunglasses. They're oversized, but have those concealed corners and nice smooth edges on there that remind me a lot of POC, so nice minimalist styling. Even though these are designed for a smaller fit, you don't have to be worried about that if you have a regular face. Like us, we normally wear a regular to large fit, and these fit just as well, just a little bit closer to the face, and the wide flexible temple arms really stretch out so you don't have any pressure points. You also get that nice wide field of view with the oversized lens, which is really great for cycling as it's very immersive. As you can see here, we have quite a variation from the frameless to the semi-frameless to our standard full frame options. Here we have the Boomtown, another Smith model, and you can see very similar. They have a lot of the same lens options and frame coloring. You can see the Bobcat is taller, so better suited for, say, cycling or performance. And with the concealed frame, it gives it a almost semi-frameless look, while the Boomtown has a full frame all the way around. You can also see the really cool black marble finish, and that gives it almost a retro look. And on the inside, you can see different ChromaPop lenses, but you do have a nose bridge on the Boomtown, while the Bobcat does not have that. So I definitely just want to pick the one that fits your style. You can also get other full frame lenses. You can see we have the Bolle here. This is the Chrono Shield, inspired by goggles. That's why it looks like goggles. And you can see pretty massive, so taller, wider, and more of a wraparound curvature too. So really more like a shield-like. So this one's definitely more in your face, something that looks a little awkward off the bike, but has a little bit of venting and this top brow. So a unique option, but again, a little more extreme. There's also semi-frameless designs like the Roca Matador Light, or the Air actually. So you can see no frame on the bottom, much more of a wraparound design. So that's where the base curvature comes in. This is closer to flat, while this really wraps. You don't have the frame on the bottom, so a little bit more immersive, but you can see from the outside, they look very similar because of that concealed frame. And with the Roca, you get a little more extreme styling with this curvature and the temple arms that come down. There's also options like the full frameless options, like the Bolle Icarus here. So you can see a little more subtle design, and it has no frame on top bottom, a little bit shorter in terms of height, but similar curvature where it's slightly more curved. Nice thing about a full frameless design is that you can actually see all the way around with no frame, while something like the Bobcat does have a frame at the corner of your vision. The downside of a full frameless option is that you can't really change a lens because the lens is pretty much the whole thing. There's also more polarizing designs like the Oakley Kato here, which had almost bird beak style that wraps around the nose pad. And you can see again, the lens itself is the full structure. So definitely more extreme looking, while the Bobcat kind of combines the more subtle oversized lens design. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Bobcat sunglasses. What you like about them is that they include the clear lens right in the box. So if you ride in low light conditions or nighttime riding, you can all swap them in. They also have sleek styling with those concealed frame corners that make the sunglasses look more like a semi-frameless instead of a full frame design. They also have the sleek, smooth corners that remind me a lot of POC and have the minimalist look to them. And with the oversized lens, you retain that wide field of view, but can accommodate smaller faces. One of the cons for these sunglasses is the fact that lens removal does require a fair amount of force. Would have loved to see the magnetic design that Smith uses in some of their other models. Taking everything into account, would give the Bobcat an 8.9 out of 10. These are big, oversized sunglasses that can accommodate smaller fits. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist, reminding you to enjoy the ride.